Hi, this is Anthony. Welcome back to my show. As always, before I begin, please click the subscribe button below. It really helps me out and it doesn't cost you anything. Thanks so much. Despite the title of this video having the words buy, sell, or hold, I'm extremely reluctant in providing anything that looks like advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and these videos are not financial advice, simply entertainment. But I hope that it spurs you to do your own research. My general philosophy on investing is the bulk of your investments should be well-diversified securities with a long-term time range. If you want to devote a small percentage of your portfolio to more speculative investments, that might be appropriate for some people. In part, the amount should be related to your risk tolerance as well as your age. But for many people, 5%, or for younger people with a steady stream of income, perhaps 10% of their portfolios might be allocated to more exotic or speculative investments, such as some of the ones that I might be mentioning. Again, do not buy, sell, or hold any securities based on what I say. However, if what I say is interesting to you, then do further research on your own, weighing the pros and cons, and make your own decisions. I'll have a link to the financials for the company in the show notes. Today's focus is on Virgin Galactic, stock symbol SPCE. Don't confuse this with Virgin Orbit Holdings, stock symbol VORB. Yesterday I uploaded a buy, sell, or hold video on VORB. Be sure to check that one out after you watch this video. I own some shares of Virgin Galactic, but none of Virgin Orbit. So let's take a look at Virgin Orbit's charts and see what they do. And remember, these short videos are designed to encourage you to do your own research on those stocks, which will look interesting to you. You need to do your own research on the financials of the company. The company has only been public for a little over 2 years and was taken public through a SPAC, a special purpose acquisition company. Most, if not all, companies that went through SPACs have since gone down along with the rest of the market. You no doubt are aware that we have, by many measures, dipped into bear territory, and the stock market right now looks like a dumpster fire. We have a recession on the horizon in the United States, and inflation continues to be a problem, especially food and fuel inflation. And there is a war going on in Eastern Europe, which in part affects the price of petroleum and wheat. So with those things in mind, I could see the stock of this company continuing to go down. I took a few snapshots of their financials from their website. Unfortunately, with alternating colored lines, it's a little more difficult to read than many financials that you encounter, but be sure to look at their complete financials before making any buy or sell decisions. What are the prospects for the company going forward? That's hard to say. This is not an essential service. They're not sending satellites into orbit like their sister company, but rather allowing high net worth space tourists to briefly go into the lower reaches of outer space. I think that there's enough wealthy people in the world to sustain this market, but I think one of the biggest risks is what happens if there's an accident. NASA lost 2 space shuttles, and the losses of those greatly disrupted the program. What would happen to Virgin Galactic's company and stock if a handful of wealthy individuals perished in a crash? Cars crash every day. Airliners crash on a fairly regular basis. Trains, which run on tracks, crash often. There was a large crash a few days ago. So once you start sending people into orbit on a regular basis, you're going to have an accident. Unfortunately, just something you need to take into consideration. Another thing to keep in mind is Sir Richard Branson is a beloved businessman, but basically he's licensing the Virgin brand name to this company. And if you look at his history of successful businesses, there aren't that many. There are a few that have carried on the mystique of the name, but don't let the branding fool you into investing in the stock simply based on the Virgin and Branson names and associations. So let's look at a few screen grabs of their financials. Again, you need to look at all of them on your own, not just the ones I happen to highlight. They're continuing to lose money, but on a per share basis, they lost less money than in the previous year. So that's certainly a good trend. Here we see their assets are going up, but their total liabilities have increased dramatically also. Shareholders' equity is going down a bit, and again their losses are decreasing year over year. But adjusted loss on EBITDA is increasing. So we come back to the question buy, sell, or hold. As I said, I do own some shares of Virgin Galactic, all of which I bought at a much higher price. I think that as an ongoing concern, they seem to be losing less money than in the past and may become profitable in the next couple of years. That should, of course, really boost the stock price. Again, I'm very reticent on giving anything that looks like it advice, but I think I may put a little bit more money into the stock at these lower prices. I think that if you're like me and have shares bought at higher prices, you should probably just hold on to them, not sell them now at these lows. I think for a patient investor, a long-term investor that is, if you got in at this point, you would likely be rewarded in the future. But something like this is a very speculative stock, and individual companies like this probably shouldn't be more than 1% of your total well-diversified long-term portfolio. So I guess those are my thoughts on this stock. What are yours? Do you currently own any Virgin Galactic shares? And if so, how many shares and at what price? I'd love to hear from you, so leave that info in the comment section below. Okay, that's enough for today. Hopefully by now you've subscribed to this channel and liked this video. I would love it if you looked at my other videos. Hopefully click the like button on those and leave a comment, even a short one. All those things really help me out in building a following. Since this channel is not yet monetized, if you want to help me out, I sell small collectibles on eBay, things like old stock and bond certificates, coins and banknotes, stamps and postal items and books, along with other things such as Masonic items. And because I ship all items with tracking and insurance, I only sell to buyers in the United States. Sorry. You can find all my items on eBay with my username stock_tycoon. If you're interested in buying silver coins as collectibles or investments, I usually have some listed. If you're interested in investing in gold or silver as a commodity, I have a few YouTube videos that explain how you can easily do that, plus some of the pitfalls in doing so. I'm on Instagram at AnthonyRRMills. You can follow me there. Thanks for watching and good luck in investing.